Unfortunately, the internet's taken a complete turn for the worst. We've gone from having touchy internet, barely any internet, to download speed and no upload speed at all. So I've kind of, tonight before I started, was dashing to get everything moved into the house. And we think for the next couple of weeks at least, it'll be back in the house for now. The only thing being with that is, obviously, because it's Mum's space and everything, the lives will probably go back to a lastminute.com thing, just because, you know, it's not fair. It's in the living room, it's like a desk in the living room, so it's kind of Mum's space. So obviously I know you guys, well, I'm sure you guys will appreciate that we won't be able to plan like we were. As I said, it will be more of a last minute kind of thing, but we'll do the usual and let you know that we're planning to go live on that day. Just for times, we'll go back to varying a little bit. So I am sorry about that, guys, and I'm sorry it's going to go back to a bit more of a sporadic timing. But as I said, we will post on the days we plan to go live, but you guys will probably know yourselves, it can range from like 7 o'clock all the way up to like 9, 10 o'clock at night, but we will be able to do the live, so that is the main thing. So I've already seen online, Brian, very good evening, Timber, Andy and Paul, very good evening, guys. Hope you're all keeping well. And hopefully no will of doom this evening. So it's a bit strange to be back at the desk, so it's getting used to it again. And of course the camera angles. And Harris Tweed, good evening, lovely. So I do apologise tonight, guys. As I said, it will be remembering where I had things with camera angle and all sorts as well, so it'll probably be a little bit of moving around as well tonight. The only weird thing that appears to be, unless it's just, no, okay, it's just I'm watching on Rob's Mac tonight instead of the big MacBook instead of a Mac, just because of how long it takes to come on. So I hope everyone's keeping well anyway. And as I said, I do apologise that it's been a little bit sporadic of late. We have new internet being sorted beginning of next month. So hopefully we'll be able to go back in the shed, but we do always have in here, so that's the main thing, isn't it? So the last live we were trying to start on the roofs, but obviously that didn't work at all. I think I started to cut my triangular pieces and it was gone. It did not want to know, did it? But Rob will probably be a little bit happier as well, because it means he can watch what he wants as well while I'm doing this. I think possibly the plug is what's caused the problem, you know, maybe the plug's died completely, but with this new internet hopefully we shouldn't need anything. So if you guys don't mind bearing with us when we get the new internet and figure out how it's going to go, but we should be able to get back out there hopefully. And yes, I've realised I think my blade is due a replacement. Yeah, definitely due a replacement, I think. So I'm not sure if Rob's watching, because it's on the Mac, it is signed into our RGJ train, so if I message anything it will come up as that rather than my portrait account tonight as well. But as I said, I'm hoping no will of doom. Let's just hope for that. So, fingers crossed. Pardon me. Paul, I know you've done a comment on the latest update, not episode. I will get back to you on that after, lovely. Collins Engage, very good evening, lovely. Hope you're keeping okay. So these two are the roofs that go onto the smaller buildings. So we're just going to build them up, but you have to build them up with their supports. I'm assuming we are going right angle here with these as well. Let me just double check. Or about an hour ago, was there another live on, guys? I kind of had a kind of mid-afternoon nap and woke up to Harry Potter, so I kind of got engrossed in watching that. I just want to check, I'm not sure if a right angle is the correct one for this. Yeah, it's just over a right angle, isn't it? I don't know, anybody that's built this before, did you find it was an exact right angle that you glue this at, or is there a slightly less angle that you do it at? Yuan, very good evening, lovely. You sprayed the shift yet? Who are you talking to, Andy? Is that to me? I'm not sure if that message is for me there. Ah, for Colin. No worries. I get the impression as well that this is coming through a lot quicker as well for you guys, which is never a bad thing. From what I'm saying and in my replies, I think it's coming through quicker to you as well. No, Andy, we've got things like the steps to do. There's still quite a bit to do that isn't roof. Yeah, we've got steps, you've got the, what's it called? Laser cut stuff for the platform as well. So there is still bits to do other than roof. Otherwise that I might have said to you guys, I don't want to bore you completely. But just let me know, guys, if you find any issues on the internet again. Because I don't know if I saw it just jump there, looking across on the screen. So if you guys get any kind of issues, just let me know. Now, this kit does suggest that you can go and put additional supports in. They've kind of already built additional ones in this by the picture. And I've lost my other corner, wherever that's gone. I know I had it. Hiding underneath. Yeah, the canopy, sorry. And good, I'm glad it's all good technology-wise at the moment. Let's hope it stays that way. We're obviously quite gutted. We know we enjoy the lives as much as it seems you guys enjoy them as well. I just realised you can't actually see that, can you? Like I said, I do apologise. I've still got to get back into the camera placement for in here. For some reason I have a habit of never placing these straight. So as you can see here, they do say that you can use waste card as well as additional support. Also building a centre roof truss, so we have a printed one to look for as well. So just bear with me, guys, while I try and find that one on here. And I've just realised, looking through as well, a small roof support. So I've actually got a face for the clock face up top. Clock face that kind of you guys helped me choose. So it's now you as well in the layout with us. There is the support that I've just found. I'm assuming that it's going to go back behind this as well. did Glasgow Centro tour today. Fascinating to see all the hidden tunnels under the station. That sounds amazing. And word of advice, stay away from submersibles. Yes, I agree. I don't think I'd want to be doing that anytime soon. Not that I'd want to anyway. Yeah, there we go. Building A and Building B centre roof truss. Yeah, this blade's really gone, isn't it? Brian Venison, very good evening, lovely. Let's see, we're back in the house. We completely lost all upload speed today. I used my noggin, and before I even attempted to set it up in the live, I did a speed test and we were getting absolutely nothing. So we ended up moving back into the house. Never mind what media say, there are dozens of vessels capable of Titanic depths even. I'm mixing up my words there. Yeah, I've not really kept into it, but I believe there's a lot of theories coming out and rich people and something about a game console controller or something like that, so I'm not quite sure. I've not really gone onto it, where Rob said it's all he's heard about, so I've just not really been on my phone, to be honest. So you do have, as well as the playing card, you do have 2 printed roof trusses as well that go in the middle. So I'm just fixing them in now. Brian, hope you're okay, lovely. Had it an hour and a half in. Who was that? Sorry, Andy. The issues, or? So that is our centres in. Now, it does suggest that you can add more card, but to be honest, to me, this is already quite sturdy. I don't know if anybody else that built this has done different. Part of the reason is obviously my box is in my shed. Brian, no, it's just because I'm back in my house, lovely, so because it's been a while and I can be louder in my shed, I'm just worried about being too loud and disturbing Mum. Rob's awake upstairs, I think, but it's disturbing Mum, so because it's been such a while since I've been up here, I just can't remember really how loud I can go, if that makes sense. So caution with the wind. So attaching these roofs, these fit in, and one thing they do say is with the chimney holes, you've got to put them towards the straight side, otherwise the centre roof is going to cover them. So I'll swap you for my dad. He's deaf as a post. Oh dear. Oh, she can struggle sometimes, but as well with dog as well. If the dog hears us, she has a habit of, yeah, a very big habit of coming down the stairs and waking mum up. Marion, very good evening, lovely. Hope you're keeping well. I really don't think I've got the camera angle right. I'm not sure why, but it doesn't feel like it used to. The second part of that is because I'm out of practice with where it needs to be. Who? What? Where? When? Oh, I'll finish it off then. When? So, these apparently slot in. Yeah, it is the quietest I've been. Not sure, Paul, who beat each other where. I suppose I've got the home advantage. Let's I get to see it. But Dad, yeah, very true. Dad or Mum. Timber, when you get the chimneys, don't use rolled up ones. They come with gets. Now that you've said this, we've already got this kit that was one of the donated ones, unfortunately quite poorly. But that had, all of the buildings really had to be like 3D printed or plastic chimneys. So I kind of expected them in the kits. I thought, you know, is that just part of the kits? Because they're all the same as well. And it was only when I got this kit that I went, oh, it doesn't have the plastic ones. And I thought to myself, is it just saving money or something like that? And then I gathered, no, it's just she obviously had got them elsewhere. So I'm going to look at, and we've also found some on Thingiverse as well that we can look at, but they can be added on after. Scott Rails, very good evening. Have you been on our channel before, lovely? I apologise if you have. Is your name Scott or is it something else as well? I'm guessing Scott for Scotland, but I could be wrong. So as you can see, these just fit them perfectly here. So I'm just going to go and get these glued up. Gavin, I wouldn't say you've missed much, lovely. Just building up the support for the roofs. And just gas bagging as normal. Hope you're keeping well anyway, lovely. As I've said to everyone, I think we're going to be back in here for a while. Just until we can get this internet sorted. So that's why I was a few minutes late tonight. I know I'm usually late. Tonight was just like the mad rush. I actually tested the internet before we started and there was no upload speed at all. So we wouldn't have got the live. It was kind of like a mad rush to get it in here.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, and the guys aren't going to believe it either, especially your dad, as soon as he's swallowing. You are extremely quiet.
Yeah, well, as I said, I just wasn't sure. Because you said before how I can be too loud.
Yes, and now you've gone too quiet.
Yeah, but I don't know, because it's... Obviously, we've not been in here for God knows how long. I'm just being cautious, I suppose.
Yeah, a little bit too much.
And there we go, that actually fits in really nicely, guys.
Bordering, and hot dog empty, bordering on husky.
I've got a bit of a sore throat tonight, to be honest. Hay fever.
Husky voice.
Well, here is your reminder. Is the alarm in the shed set?
Why is that so loud?
Because someone's turned it up.
No.
It's you're quiet.
Yeah, it could be. I've just seen Choberton popping in as well, lovely. Hopefully you're keeping well. Jerry, good evening, lovely. It's Dave. Dave Scott, not been on your live stream. I did think I recognised your name, but I didn't think I'd seen you on the live, so it's lovely to see you join the live. Lovely. Thank
Alexa louder than Grace. Yep.
you. Yeah. You just said the name.
And the other one pipes up.
I really have got a sore throat, but I didn't have time to get a drink because I was just so...
Your drink's in there, isn't it? Do you want some of that?
Yeah, please. I've got the joys of hay fever this year. But one thing I did bring in with me was my sheet. I just didn't bring my box of little bits. And keep bashing. Whisper mode engage. Yeah, as I said, I'm just being cautious. Because obviously in the shed it doesn't matter at all. Don't forget to comply with building regs and fit the roof insulation before you seal the roof. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a fire service on call, guys, so it's all good. What did I see that about? ASMR modelling. Oh, we could do something there, you never know. Gavin said ASMR modelling. That's what he was saying I was doing. Real excuse is always shouting at each other over mountain fiasco. Is he a fly on the wall? Because we have had a few moments over a mountain, haven't we? I ran buffering on the telly, working on my phone. Okay, so we've got our first person possibly having issues. I'll keep it. I've just put that into the camera. I do apologise, guys. I've not got a coaster here anymore. I used to. So yeah, just we keep an eye on it because, as I said, I'm pretty sure since we've decided to upgrade, the internet's just got worse in the house. Even my phone just decided it doesn't want to be connected. I think I've set the internet several times today. So that is our first roof on. There we go. I found it funny. I watched a video of Rob building a mountain and another of Grace taking down a mountain. Yeah. As I said, we're still not completely there. I've done a little bit more today. But it's at the stage now of it can go one of two ways with what we're going to do with it. We're not quite sure yet. But it is at that stage where it's going to go one of two ways how we finish it off. So I'm sure you will enjoy watching the episode at the end of this week when it comes out. Ain't now mountain high enough. I started singing then Paul. Jerry, product placement, and Marion. The problem is at my end, the Wi-Fi decided to step out for a minute. There was nothing wrong with it in the first place. Fair enough, Brian. I was struggling to yeah, I was really struggling of how to shape it. And Jerry, Grace, Jenny Kirk had similar problems with freezing. She reckons it was a dodgy version of OBS. Oh, interesting. Although I do actually think it's our internet, mainly because, you know, as I said, I tested it before we even started tonight, and there was no upload speed at all, so I wouldn't have even been able to go live. We had a decent download speed, which is fab if we were just watching, but to be able to go live to you guys, we wouldn't have even been able to do that. So I am really glad I checked. And upgraded for her. Oh, okay. As I said, it could then have been a combination of both, maybe, of why it was so bad. But for now, as I said, we've got the new internet coming beginning of next month, I think it is. I've got so much glue there. Just bear with, guys. I've got so much glue that's dripped down into this corner. I don't want to go don't want it to go onto a roof building. So I'm just getting that cleared out. The other thing we think possibly could be happening as well with us is the plug we used to extend it could possibly have just died. The fact that we used to have no issues, and as I said tonight, we didn't have anything. We're possibly thinking that it's also a plug issue, which is a shame. But if we can get it fixed, then, as I said, this new router that we're getting, it's a new router as well as upgraded internet. So let's get a second roof on. Why is that not fitting? Ah, there we go. Snug as a bug in a rug, as they say. I like kits like this that just fit into each other. You can't go wrong there, can you? Their deniability suggests so. Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? It's like Skyboxes years and years ago. Mum and Dad's came past its point of its 2-year warranty. Not long after it died. The person that came to install it kind of let slip that they have habits of sending things like signals down to stop things working, so you have to pay to get them to come out and fix it. And they also tempt you into an upgrade as a free way of not having to pay the service fee. Oh, well, if you upgrade, we won't pay you for coming to fix it. Oh, there we go. That is our first roofs on there. Built-in obsolete. Which is that? Is that me? Oh dear, what have I done wrong? Hopefully nothing. Oh, and Brian, I've just seen as well, you've put the 3D scale model as well, so thank you for that, lovely. So we now have our bigger roof to sort. Whichever sheet it is. I have a feeling it's this one. I'm just going to put that out away from it. John JMC, evening RGJ trains. First time tuning in on a live stream. Very big welcome, lovely. It seems lately we've been getting a few new people, which is absolutely lovely to see. So thank you very much for joining us. Tim, very good evening, lovely. Brian, refused an upgrade and suddenly my TV started playing up. Yes, they have it seems to be very funny, doesn't it? I know there was a warning a few months back about downloading OBS from dodgy sites that have malware in it. The good thing about Macs and that is you don't tend to get as many viruses as PC though, like iPhones and things. Oh, Gavin, don't forget to click the like button. It will make Grace and Rob very happy for a change. Yeah, you're just a fly on the wall, aren't you, with this mountain build? Timber, when are you uploading the Shrewsbury exhibition this weekend? So if anybody wants to see how the Shrewsbury exhibition went, Timber Surf's going to be releasing a video this weekend. And thank you guys for hitting the like button. Choberton, how is your channel growing, lovely? I feel a shout out maybe due. How's your channel growing? So those who don't know, Choberton used to be on here as Inverted Popes, and then has got back into his model railway, and this is his new channel. Yeah, I really should have replaced the blade. It will feature a well-known YouTuber. Ooh, we'll definitely catch that out this weekend, Timber. You could say it's the ups and downs in life in a way. Ah, it's one of those things, isn't it? And is that another new one? RB Rail? Is that somebody new as well in the chat tonight? I love the kits. I do engage and they are fiddly to do. Ah, you an engager, RB? If you want to tell us your name as well. If you don't, that's not a problem. Let me check if I'm subbed. Is that Tim? Is that over to Choberton's? It's pootling along, slow but sure. Not getting as many videos up as I would like, but all in good time. So if anybody that's new wants to head over to Choberton's, oh, Brian's beat me to it and he's posted a link. Thank you very much. Wow, you have a load of subs. I'm jealous. John JMC. I'm struggling with my words tonight. To be honest, we wouldn't be where we are, I think, without Barnabas Junction. Jason had done a shout out. To be honest, we didn't even know who he was at the time. And we got people come onto one of our videos and say, here from Barnabas Junction. And we're like, well, who's that? Trying to look through the videos, couldn't see us mentioned, looked at the live. And we got loads from there. And sorry, I'm just catching up with comments again, guys. RB Rail, it's Richard. Well, welcome aboard, Richard. So yeah, we had loads of people join us from that, and then Jason actually got us on a live with him. So we did it in the shed when the internet did want to work. That went without a hitch, which is partly why we think it's the plug, guys, because it's degraded over time. But yeah, we did a live and it's just gone from there. So we try and give back, you know, try and shout out other people's channels that are growing. So like we said, Choberton's. John JMC, I'm assuming your name is John. Just putting it out there. But you never know, it could be for another reason, so always better to ask. Rob and Brian in my exclusive. Oh dear, what have I missed? Rob and Brian are in my exclusive club. Well, knowing what you all guys say about you and your club, I dread to think, and I hear footsteps, so I have a feeling Rob might be coming down to that. But yes, Richard and John, very big welcome. And Scott's Rail as well. Dave as well. We've had a few new ones tonight, which is absolutely lovely again. John JMC, I've used Metcalfe kits on my bridge, on my layout. They've been kit bashed to make them work. That's the great thing about it. You can use them as kits or just kit bash them. They're brilliant. Normally you get killed for seeing a secret person's face. I survived. That's from Brian. Well, it's the club you're in, isn't it? Captain Statics, Stanover Model Railway. Can you remind me of your name, lovely? I've gone blank. Is it Mark? Is it Mark? I'm questioning myself now. Oh, it is Mark. Yes, I got it right. Guru of Sand, I think she calls me. Turns out he's also the first man that put Thomas the Tank Engine in a truck. And Brian's also done a little link for RB Rails as well. He also videos real trains, but also with an Engage layout. Richard, have you seen our Engage John's layout? And Jerry, you know me, Jerry, I'm not as good, but I now have a cheat sheet after somebody's idea. But to be fair, I am trying to remember some of them. Mark at Stanovers, I didn't actually have written down. So I'm getting there slowly. I just think it's important, you know, to try and remember everyone's names, you know, as it goes. That for me is important. So let's see if I can actually get this cut, because this blade really isn't liking me. Yeah. I should have changed my blade. But to be fair, we had planned that if we were doing a live tonight, it was more a social anyway, because of the internet. So I suppose that can be my excuse. You'd understand more if you saw his stream the other day, Grace. Ah, no worries, Tim. I'm not sure who's there as well. That's how out of it I am at the minute. Just been quite tired lately. I think last week really, the heat and everything, it really did do me over. Thomas is an Engage model. I was given my layout as 00, so Thomas goes around my layout in a truck. That's actually a pretty cool thing, isn't it? I suppose we do see locos out on the road. We have over the years seen 1 or 2 on the motorway. So to be fair, I think that's a pretty good idea. Are you going to put guttering on the station building? I don't know, Tim. We have thought about guttering for other buildings. But I think it's a case of building them and then going from there. And, you know, when we're actually doing the weathering side of it kind of thing, you know, then look at all the extra details like that. Because this obviously won't have chimneys on initially either. Oh, pardon me. I saw 00 nailed it last night, and Walls Kits gave me a good effect. Going to try it myself. I am hopeless with names. That's why I have one name that is also my channel. Tim, I've got a cheat sheet now. I cannot remember who it was that mentioned it the other week. And I said, have a cheat sheet, have all the names written down. As I said, some of you, it took me a while, but I do remember some of your names. But then, let's be fair, how many lives did it take me to keep going? Remind me of your name. So, but this sheet means I don't have to ask every single time. I can just refer back to that until I get the name into my head. There's not a lot that goes up there, so I'm kind of stuffed, really. I love stonework buildings, so do I. I think they're brilliant. You're always forgetting your fellow YouTubers' names. What do you use for guttering? A split drinking straw from Marin. Yes, I think it was actually Paul Woods on here a while ago when the glue went a little bit wrong and suggested guttering and just using a straw split in half. So, as I said, we've not quite decided on the kind of outside of the buildings yet. That'll be when we look at weathering and making the buildings aged. So that will probably be in the episodes rather than during the lives, because that'll be like the add-on. I'm rubbish with names and I'm with you on reading the comments. It's hard to catch up when it's so busy, but it's brilliant. Ratio do drain gutter kits. So good few suggestions coming up on there as well. As I say, we love the community we have here, but if you want to keep in touch with the community after the lives, if you are on Facebook, Brian, if you wouldn't mind posting your link, Brian has set up a Facebook page. The only thing he does ask is if you guys can answer the questions. This is purely to avoid spam bots. So if you know him and you want to leave a funny message, I'm sure he will know it's you and not a robot. But I'm sure Brian will touch that in a minute. But it means if you've got any questions outside the live, pop them on there and people can answer you on there as well. You do get quite a lot when you're strange on MC, so it's difficult to spam a chat. Yeah, it's doing it myself. It is quite hard. Richard is doing the village school whilst watching this live. So you're one of ours that is keeping yourself busy while listening to the live. I don't know if I'm going to rebuild that or just keep one that I've got for the farm. You never know as things develop. You know, that's when we can, because some of the kits are in pretty good nick. It's just the booking hall, unfortunately, hadn't stood the test of time. And Tim has attached the 3D drain pipes. And Brian has also done one as well. 3D drain printed pipes are available, cough, or we'll do a get cheapest. So anybody who doesn't know, Tim the Surfer actually does 3D printing. So maybe head over there, or again, Tim, can I catch you on Facebook for inquiries, lovely? What are you going on about here now? Right, so again, we've got to support these bigger ones. The centre roof is fitted with 4 trusses, so all the centre truss square used with card pushed out from the grey gable walls. Right, okay. Anybody get why that's a different colour in the middle? Because that has thrown me. Anybody got that one? Oh, I can't actually see it. So here with the bigger roof, well, it just says to fit the set of roof fitted with 4 trusses. I've got my 4 trusses there. To hold the centre truss square, use card pushed out from the grey gable walls. But I'm not sure which bit that means.
Jerry, not.
Oh, Jerry is, so I'm probably sure they'll see it in a minute.
Can you read that?
Yeah, 2 secs, guys. back with you guys. Sorry about that. I just had to say something to me. Just stick the triangles in. Oh, okay, fair enough. John, Rob just Brian this. Rob's taken down the mountain again. Yeah, he wanted it muted so he could tell me that. Did you see steam come across the camera? Marin's hit the like button. Thank you very much, lovely. So we're going to go ahead and just get this big one sorted. So Brian's just said to stick the triangles in, so I'm guessing it's just again like the other, just that support if you want it. As I said, I find they feel quite sturdy without, to be honest. Right, so where are we attaching this one? Just before here. I swear, does anybody ever put these on straight when you do them? What's wrong with the mountain now? Nothing, Tim. That was just Brian mucking around. That's just him having a laugh. No, just something not train related. Rob just needs to tell me, otherwise he'd forget to mention it to me later. Pretty much like me and my memory. John, do you have some LEDs in the building? I can see some wires. Yes. Now, all the previous lives are available to watch, John, if you do want to see the kits as they've developed. I know, was it Gavin or someone that's... Gavin, was it you that popped onto one of the old ones and commented, actually, you've been watching back the old lives as well, haven't you? And Andy said there, the church as well. Yeah, the church is a stunning piece. We've even got stained glass windows that we were recommended to use for it as well, and it does look phenomenal. But yes, we have lighting in here. Now, at the moment we've got it in this building here, so that's going to be your ticket collection. We've not done the cafe, thinking, you know, at night it's going to be dark anyway. And then we've got one in the waiting room and the ladies' room. We've not done upstairs, but we are thinking as well of adding lights here down the steps. Rob needs to build me some more though, because that's not my... You do lots of buildings with LEDs, so huge thumbs up. That's brilliant. Thanks for pill packet tip in your video. Great idea, Tim. Sir, see, everyone's helping each other. Oh, I love a good church. Excellent. Me too. Awesome. Going to or looking at it, yeah. Yeah, definitely take a look at our previous lives. You've got the whole build on there. As I said, we were quite lucky that we got told about the stained glass windows before I'd got too far in. I'd only built the first section of it, so it was quite easy for me to fit it in. But if anybody just watching this as well tonight has already done the church and think, oh, I want stained glass windows, again, Barnabas Junction, Jason has actually done a video of removing them and replacing them with the kit that was already built. So we did wait. You guys were quite patient and waited while Mr. Postman arrived. Let's try and get these. I'm going to be try and get these in the middle. That's never going to happen though, is it? Oh, big blue blob there. So how's everybody finding my live? How are we having better success with the internet tonight, guys? I would hope so. Just thought I will do a check-in. By the time Grace has finished, Grace will have built the entire double engaged Metcalfe range. You never know. We do enjoy doing it for you guys. As I said, I suppose it's a slower process in the fact that obviously because of doing it on the lives and we're talking on the social, it does take longer to build than say someone that builds it and just time lapses it. But we love this whole social aspect. It's absolutely brilliant. So for anybody new tonight, you know, it does, you know, the kits do take a bit longer to be built, but there's great chats and moments in here. So it's kind of a mix. It's a build, but also a way for everyone to catch up and have a social as such. So just catching up on comments again. Mentioned of a like button compared to viewers. Not everybody has to if they don't want to. Andy and John JMC also do regular lives. Yeah, I never try to step on people's toes. Occasionally it does happen. Is that rocket Drew? I can't speak tonight. Is that rocket glue quick to dry? Yes, it is. The only problem is if you do oversaturate it, you do end up, it struggles to stick just because it's gone into the card itself. So definitely watch that one. If you are new to using it, it's also can be a thinner consistency. So you have to give it a shake before you use it. And also, if you leave the lid off, unlike PVA glue, you will have to re-pierce it. And also, you don't need as much. All good here, 50-50, working fine, spot on, perfection as always. Live stream is great, clean as always, also good. We've got better one tonight. Jason, with your ears burning lovely. Been talking about you. I built a petite. Petite's me. Properties church kit and was made that came with wonderful stained glass windows as a standard. Oh, that's nice. What's the kit like itself? Is it quite sturdy? Ian Press. Ian, you were new on our last live, weren't you? That or the time before. I've just kind of blended together how awful it went. But a very good evening to you again, lovely. Great to see you. Timber. I do like that. Grace must have said Jason's name 3 times. I think so, to be honest with you. Cool, and the devil shall appear, as I say. There's a Metcalfe competition on their Facebook group. Yes, I still need to enter it, to be honest. First Saturday of the month at 6 PM. Be more than welcome to drop in a stream, or definitely try and catch it, John. Just with our ambulance work and that, it's varied. Jason just has some bad news. Oh, Jason, lovely, I'm sorry. If you need a chat, lovely, you know where we are. Not good. I do appreciate, obviously, as well, if you've just popped into the stream and then just got the news. I purchased 3 Barnes kits of Metcalfe. Scale model scenery and scale scenes. I scratch built one also. Want to see which way I should go with detailing and realism. Well, I suppose you've got quite a few there to practice with, haven't you? My cousin has stayed for, pardon me, reticle and liver. Oh man, that sucks. I don't usually swear, but oh buddy, I'm sorry. Cancer can go do one, in my opinion. Ian, yeah, the last one was playing up, seemed to be stuck on a loop. Yeah, the internet went completely in my shed. And then, yeah, we, yeah, I thought made you think it was doing it then, but we couldn't end it, so it just kept going round and round. Jason, everyone knows who my cousin is. I don't know if I do. Paul, Spencer, Dario, G. My brain's gone. Is that another? Well, hopefully, Jason, you're going to feel the love from everyone in here tonight. But as I said, buddy, if you do need a chat at all at any point, then definitely, you know where the messenger is, mate. John JMC, well, I was at the time it passed my bedtime. Any help with DCC, RGJ James, welcome to drop me a message. You made me swear I'm going to get told off from Brian. Luckily, Pete isn't in here, so I'm only going to get told off once. But no worries, thank you very much, and thank you very much for joining us, lovely. So, kind of feel bad continuing now, Jace. No, I know I said the swear word, Brian. Not my fault, granted, I was reading a comment. Gavin, we're kind of sticking to DC at the moment. You know, maybe once we've got the railway fully going, that's when we can look at adding that as the extra. What are we doing here? I need to get that support on, don't I? Ah, it's another one that fits in. Jason, Darrow G, the Mega 90s pop group. Ah, so my usual, I'm awful with music, I've probably heard them, but the name's not twigged. You have famous cousin, but no, it sucks, mate. It's fucking horrible. Yeah, you know me, I don't usually swear, but that's what that disease makes me feel. And when I haven't found a cure yet. Ah, Carnival de Paris, yeah. Yeah, right, I get you now, Jace. I'm awful, Rob will tell you. Sometimes I do get it, but sometimes I hear songs and I can't tell you who they're by, but I can recognise the tune, the words and everything, but I won't be able to tell you who it is. You're too young to remember. I'm an old heart and soul, really. I'm quite a lot into my 70s, 80s and the 90s as well, so I grew up with my siblings playing it all, so a lot of the 90s stuff I do know. I've got older siblings, so they always used to play it all. Let's fit this before it's too late to fit it. Yeah, Brian, you're with me on that one, so you probably, when you hear it, you'll know exactly who it is, and just, it's the name that's got you. We'll send you the announcement. Okay, Jace. As I said, you know where we are if you need a chat, though, buddy. All you do, put everything right. So, I'm guessing, guys. Brian, I've been fighting cancer for the last few years. Oh, bloody, buddy, You're a warrior. Top my hat off to you. The only thing I'm a bit lost on is this small roof support. When does that go on? Ah, I'm skipping ahead, that's why. Oh dear, I need a smack on the back of the hand. And I'm skipping ahead. So, next one we're going is to the wall tops, wherever they are. Oh, no, I haven't glued it in, that's why. I need to kind of glue this in first. I got distracted thinking, oh, I needed to place that. So I am going to move this up and hopefully you guys... Oh, that didn't sound good. Hopefully you guys can see this a bit better for this stage. Kind of a gap. It doesn't sit like flush, does it? Now, asking people's opinion. Oh, actually, there's like... Ah. Right, I see it. So this has got printed here. So I'm assuming this actually fits flush at the back because you have that brickwork there. Please correct me if I'm wrong, anyone. But I'm assuming it's flush to the back. I vaguely remember that RGJ, but I must admit that it didn't take much. Still awful news. Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't know the music, it's horrible when you find out anyone is. But anyway, I probably imagine, Jason, you'd rather we possibly stop going on about it now, buddy, and go back to the live. If you want to chat about it, however, I know everyone is here for you, but in the same respect, if you don't want us to go on about it, just tell us what you want, mate. You know, whichever one is wanted by you, buddy. Yeah, so as I said, I am assuming here it's more back than the front. I don't actually know, guys, or whether you kind of go in between. I don't know at this point. P0320, is that the kit you're making? Yes, it is, lovely. We do try and put it in the title just so people know. So if you're ever not sure, just take a look at the title of the live and it should be on there, unless it's like a last minute thing. But Rob usually goes on and sorts that out for me. Oh, Brian, yours is treatable. Well, buddy, you keep fighting and you can ring that bell. And John, not a problem, lovely. Honestly, I wasn't trying to kind of make fun of it as such, but just kind of saying that, you know, it is there for future reference. So, yeah, what do people think to this before I move on? This roof, you've kind of got a bit of play. So, what do people tend to do? Oh, you're not much. Mark, it's absolutely fine, buddy. I know we've got a few others like Paul and Jerry. If not, I think I might just have to wing it. And the only thing that makes me think possibly it's this edge is because, let's get the blade so it points out, this is a complete line as if it's purposely been put there. Where this is not completely flush, so I'm hastening to guess it's kind of more to the back. Raymond, very good evening, lovely seeing you popping in there. There is a roof section that fits in behind the clock. Get that and check for the spacing. Ah. That's handy to know, John. Thank you. Do you mean this little spacer here? Got me. The book says in the middle, but your idea looks better. Check that and the clock cable. Clock cable fits before gluing. So we've got this here, so it doesn't really seem to bother it, even if it was up against it. I must be blind. I can't see where it says in the middle. Unless they've changed the instructions. It could be that they've changed them. Printed one for each. The chimney hole side of building. Centre roof is fitted with 4 trusses. Hold the centre just square. Use a card push out and fit along the centre. Oh yeah, centre of a building between the 2 roof ends. Duh. No, the roof behind the clock. Ooh. Ah, the small gable roof. That's what this is for, I'm assuming. So you're making me skip ahead here. I thought I was told off for doing that. Evening all, won't be here for long. GWR, hi lovely, hope you're keeping okay. And just like I've said earlier, I have gone blank on your name, unless it's Tom. I'm questioning myself. I always question myself. Oh, Sean. Ah, it's Sean. At least I've pronounced it right tonight, I think. It took me a while just to get it right, didn't it? For ages, I was like, Sion, not Sean. And then it suddenly tweaked. I was like, ah. See, guys, I'm not that good with names, really. It's taken me ages to get to where I am. Obviously, that support goes in here. Oh, yeah. Even just putting that in, actually. That's kind of pushed it. Would help if I put this the right way. No. I'm putting it the right way, aren't I? Duh. So yeah, that is going there. Now you can see it, which is but you get Gavin signs that kind of hide it. So this is what I'm going for. I've been bitten by the Metcalfe bug and just ordered the M version of a booking hole. Bad grace, naughty, naughty. I would imagine it's going to be so fiddly and engage. So yeah, I think, because even trying to push it, it's not going well. So yeah, I think it needs to be lined up with that line and then go from there. Otherwise, I'm just going to put pressure on this bit here. Just ordered the S&C station, no relief houses and a farm. Fill a watch in the space at the clock face and have a working clock. The only problem, Ian, with things like the clocks is when the battery would need replacing. Because once this is on, I'm not going to be able to get to it. We did think about possibly a proper watch. The issue is, one, the size, trying to find the size for it. I'm not even sure some kids' ones are as small as this. But it would then be how you change it. Everyone's ordering new bits. Don't blame me. So let's go and get this glued up anyway. Yeah, it's sorted. Right, that's my work done now. Sorry. Kid, take care now. Bye-bye then. John, no worries. You take care, lovely. And thank you for joining in today. You could have used... Oh, buttons there in the way. I can't actually say it. Magnets to attach. What do you mean, not have a back and just magnets? But the issue is, I'm thinking, is when this roof goes on, you've got no access to it at all. You'd have to rip the roof off. Otherwise, it's an idea I'd love. Right, let's get this glued up. Let's see how it goes. Oh, and more sheep. I keep trying to convince Rob to let me have more horses, but it's not going very well. Although we said I need other farm animals, pigs and cows and things, so you never know. Do you think I can maybe slip a few horses in without him realising? Although there was actually a story, I believe, of somebody that actually put a saddle and rode a cow. So I could just say, yeah, it's a horse that thinks it's a cow. This point in time, I can't remember who asked me about a rocket glow. It's quick drying, but the only problem is things like this is you do have to be quite quick with your gluing. And I almost put that on the full there. So sometimes what you've glued at the start, you might need to just go and place back over as it's drying. But definitely make sure you've got the thin coat and things like this, otherwise you will get that leakage onto your printed pattern. Yeah, as you can see, I am having to go over. I am getting a bit of spillage, but it's going inside rather than on the printed card. So I do apologise, guys, if this is out of view to yourselves. But I know you guys will appreciate the necessity and getting this stuck on and dried before it dries too much. If in doubt, I might have to go to the PVA. Because this is quite fiddly. There we go. I'm going to get that stuck on and in place. You could make the roof a one piece and don't glue the roof to the building, just leave it rest on top. Oh, you said that as I've glued it. Oh, sorry to miss that comment, lovely. A little bit of manoeuvring there just to make sure that roof is touching. And hold it because it clearly doesn't want to attach. I'm just tidying up the tiny bits of glue that were in that corner there so I don't get the seepage. The one nice thing about this card glue is when it dries, to be fair, it doesn't dry too bad, where PVA can get quite shiny. So there we go, there is our other roof on. So let's get the wall tops done. I'll give that for a minute. Rob, are you watching or not? I'm not sure. I just need to add a footbridge coming out one side. Oh, nice. Hold on, was Sean popping in and gone again? Oh, well, thank you for popping in, Sean. It is appreciated. You need mountain goats now, Grace. Yeah. There we go. So I'm just putting that down for a minute. And we've got the wall tops. Front, upper and lower cabin sides consist of 2 left and 2 right hand stone strips. Obviously one left and one directly on the Alright, so I just need to get the next step for this. It can't be that one. Hold on, guys, I've just got to find it here on the sheets. As I said, if you've got the space, I do recommend having them laid out. It's a lot easier to find then. But if you're like me where you can't, no, building B, that's not what we need. These are actually weird shapes, so that's the other thing I've got to look out for. Ah, great. I've just noticed these. Cut to fit at the side of a ticket office and canteen. So where on earth do those go? Okay, a bit late now. I can't do anything about it now, I suppose. Ah, I know where it is. It's in there. I suddenly thought that I had missed something there. Raymond, I have a footbridge, but the pantograph catches it. Ah, I hear Rob. Building A, don't be building A. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just trying to find this bit that I need. I've no idea why that was muted. I must have caught it. I do apologise, guys. I'm back in the room. It's not the internet. It was me. And Jerry, you've just said that as I was just saying it. So yeah, it didn't mean or it's gone quiet. It wasn't you. It was just I managed to mute it somehow. No idea how. Here's the sound coming through now for you guys. Very great quiet, never. Yeah, to be fair, that's when Rob knows there's always something wrong. He always says you're too quiet. What's wrong? And I'm hitting the Mac. We can only dream. Oh, Rob's watching the comments now. Whisper Perfect. Maybe I should start an ASMR one. It seems to be all the rage these days, doesn't it? AMSR train build. There's not exactly anything quiet about trains though, is there? Oh, and I hear a dog moving, which could possibly be that Mum will be on her way down in a minute as well. Oh, pardon me. Hello, doggo. Hello. Hello. Just bear with, guys. The dog wants attention. Hello. Don't tell me you've disturbed Mummy. I hope not. Disturb us, yes, but not Mummy. When my wife goes quiet, I tap something just to make sure I haven't gone deaf. Trouble if you did AMSR, Grace, Rob would be snoring. Yeah, Rob does get worried when I'm quiet. He always knows when something goes up. It's very unlike me to be quiet. It's usually that I'm talking too much. Yeah, to be fair, I did. I don't always snore, but when I do, apparently I do it quite brilliantly. Apparently one time I sounded like I was from God knows where. I must have come from the depths of earth, and apparently how bad it sounded. Right, so we have a capping stones here. Problem is, when they go quiet, I won't tell you what you allegedly did wrong. I'm not that bad. Trust me, if Rob's done something wrong, I usually tend to let him know. Right. So fit 2 short wall-top capping stone strips on the other side. Right, we need to find those as well. You would hope they would be in the same place, but for some reason I doubt it. You're going to come and have a chat with Mum, won't you, Toes?
I'm not sure it's how I'm cutting anything. Or painting.
No, you can't paint because it's all in the shed. That's why.
Oh, the seat's nice and warm.
Yeah. You wouldn't do that for me though, would you?
Oh, heck no.
You pass me the glass actually and get some more drink.
I know your product placement. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Jerry. The word fine. You know you're in danger. I hate that. I'm fine or nothing.
Hey Rob, but I am fine. I'm mighty fine.
Oh, that was bad. We just normally moan at each other and then go quiet. Yeah. On our internet issues that we've got in the shed, we tried a different thing today, but the internet has totally failed in the shed now. So it looks like we've got a couple of more plans. We've got internet coming in 2 weeks, slightly improved. Faster upload and download speeds, and it's also coming with its own separate hub, separate extender, but integrated in with it. We're hoping that'll work. If not, I found a route tonight that I might be able to use some Cat 5 with to actually get some hardwired a hardwired system into the shed, and then just use a repeater in there. Really hoping that's going to sort it. Otherwise Grace is going to have to move back in here. Marin can't beat a good moan. Yeah, and Grace is such the expert on that. My son and my wife. That's the only problem with this heart thing. But it's actually in the way now. The last comment from Brian, my son and my wife, and heart. Dogs snort all the time. Yeah, dogs are good at it as well. No worries, Timber. I hope you're keeping well, mate. You take care. Philip, what's the price between paper and plastic models? I don't understand the appeal of paper. It's always... It's rule number one, isn't it? These Metcalfe kits are really well built card. I have seen some nice plastic ones. I think we had a good old chat about it a while back, didn't we? You do get a lot of bleed through with both, but it's each to their own. You know, if you like the plastic ones or the resin ones, you go for it. We just happen to like these ones. I think it'd be a bit boring if we all like the same thing. But these ones, they do seem to be sort of fairly solid. And pushing down on that now. I don't suppose I should be pushing on that actually, considering she's just glued it. That'll be me in trouble. Philip, 7:40 AM here. Is that presumably behind us? So what's that? What time are we on now? I don't know what the time is actually. Just gone 10 PM, so 15 hours ahead? Behind, sorry? Or 9 hours ahead? Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 9 hours ahead, Philip, if you can let us know. I'm interested in that actually. Well, Australia, New Zealand way sort of 12 hours, no. Oh, I don't believe no. I'll wait for Philip to reply. No worries, Gavin. You take care, mate. Thanks for your all support as usual. And good night, buddy. Oh yeah, Philip, you're in winter at the moment, aren't you? Because you're opposite seasons to us. 3 degrees. That's got to be cold for that's got to be cold for Australians, I suppose. You know, considering the heat you do get over there. Mind you, I suppose it's better than being hit by the wildfires you guys constantly get. Yeah, take care, Gavin. You sleep well, buddy. Whereabouts in Australia? Oh, okay, Marian's asking are you in Victoria? Someone beat me to it. Oh, New South Wales. Cool. That's what I meant to ask as well. I didn't get no objections here. We're trying to do like a little cheat sheet of everybody's names. Marin, do you mind us asking it? What is that your full name? Is it Marin or is that just a nickname? Coldest day in 13 years. Oh, I used to live up in the Shetland Islands, up north of Scotland. Is it minus 25 sometimes? Interesting there though. Today the sun won't actually set there today until tomorrow night, and then in the winter there, where it usually is minus 25, you usually get 2 days of darkness. Oh, Trouble's back.
You know you're whispering as well.
I'm not. That's normal level.
Oh, it's usually louder as well.
Right, I shall hand you back to the pain in the butt. Catch you guys later.
Thanks. Does that mean I'm going to drag everything through the comments? I don't think I'll be on much longer anyway. So obviously we started later, didn't we? Right, so I'm back. I dread to think what you guys have been saying. Philip W. Have I seen you on here before, lovely? I think I have. Timber's gone as well, so I'm sorry if I've missed you, lovely. I've never heard me snore, so can't comment on it, yeah. Yeah, a couple of people are calling it a night. I know it is later. Australia. How cold is cold for you, lovely? What stops people just photocopying the Metcalfe sheet? I think the difference, Philip, is just because of how well they're made. Because as good as you can photocopy these, you then have to attach them to the card and everything. So I think it's just for supporters are very big on the, you know, just supporting them because of how well they're made. Now I have been told the odd times, you know, to photocopy certain bits because you can use them within kit builds in future. So that's a bit of kit bashing. But I'll be bedtime for me up at 4:30. No night, lovely. No, first time as time zone always works against me. Well, it's lovely, Philip, to catch you on a live. Do you tend to watch them after? Because we do always save them and put them up. So, Rob, cheat sheet as well. I don't know if you realised I've actually got it here. I actually brought it in with me. I'm so impressed. So, next bit, as I said, I think I was looking for these capping stones. They're 4 little bits. There's a 4 there, but that's not there. That's what I was doing. I was finding these, wasn't I? Because it doesn't tell you exactly where they are. And typically they're not actually on the sheets that you need. It's not on that one. Yes, I watch the channel. Well, brilliant. It's lovely to catch you on and live. We do try and do different streams at different times. It just has been a little while since we've done later streams. With being the shed, I kind of to give me and Rob time in the evenings. That's a small gable capping strip, so it can't be for them. They've got to be for there. So I don't use them. No, they go there. So it isn't those ones. Ian, night night, lovely. See, I don't want to use the wrong capping stones. That is the issue. Because I've got one here for building A, so it's definitely not that. Sheet B. It would be handy if they told you which sheet it was on, to be honest. Because it's not on sheet D. If anybody notices it, please let me know. Sheet C. I think that's one I've literally just looked at, isn't it? Cannot see it. Because that's for building B. I'm going to climb a wooden hill to Bedfordshire. Thanks for the live stream, Robin Grace. No worries, Marin. You take care. Phil W, great to see you both working as a team. Yeah, we have our moments, don't get me wrong. But we usually are quite good. So what I'm going to do, guys, I cannot find... It's got the 4 stones. Yeah, that was the thing. I was looking at these and there's just so many that are 4, but it's like these fascia stone strips. But I believe if you look further on, they are used for something else. So that is my worry. That's the only issue, because these fascia stone strips are for the front, so it isn't them. 3 stones, it mentions again on the front. Need to get the chimneys on quick. You could get a thunderstorm. Yeah, we've had a lot here, haven't we? And then you've got the ones here for the buildings A and B, so I don't want to touch them. 3 stone long, folded in half and glue. So that's for something else. This is the only problem when you get to this stage, is which ones are which. These bits go in here anyway, you can see as they actually fit into place. So we can get these ones on. Ah, okay. Ah, oopsie. That's one that I didn't fold over. Let's see if I can repair that. I need my tweezers, and guess where they are. Are you doing any autonomy? We've got lights, but other than that, we've not got anything else as such. That's annoying. Bear with, guys. I'm seeing if I can fix this. There we go. So that is now where it needs to be anyway. That's folded over. You'll have the capping stones anyway. Show you the sheet. So cool, I've got 4 sheets left. There's this one. It doesn't appear to be on here. You can't see that. Oh, now hopefully you can. You've then got sheet C, which has the small gable capping stones. So those are the ones for here. And that's again building C, capping stone, but for the other side. You've then got this one, which doesn't have any capping stones. So it's not that sheet. And then you've got this sheet. But again, these are the capping stones for building A. So that's the only bizarre thing. Very small possibility that a sheet is hiding out in the shed and I didn't pick it all up. But I think there was only 4 sheets in this. But I can go ahead. Hello from Detroit, Michigan. Tyrone, lovely. How are you keeping? Better internet here today. Just bought from Smart Screens for display messages on stations that are DCC controlled. Oh, that's pretty cool. We're not at the stage of DCC yet. If we decide to go it as things develop. But I know Brian has gone out of the chat now, so I won't get told off for swearing. I believe as well you have 2 just bought. So I just need to go there and I need my tweezers. So these fit in here and then there is room to put the capping stones after once I figure out which ones it is. So I'm going to get these glued up and attached. Sounds pricey, yeah, that's the one thing I have heard with DCC. Is kiss goodbye to your bank balance. But then I suppose all model railways is not a cheap hobby. Though we wouldn't be where we are if it wasn't for you guys. Donations we've had, our patrons and our members. We are obviously extremely grateful to those guys that do that extra contribution in this build. Obviously, I'm only saying it as such because we do have some new people today. We do have a patron set up, membership on here, and we also, I believe, Rob set up a PayPal for donations if anybody ever wants to. Anything that we do make from the channel is obviously going towards the layout, but because of it, it has enabled us to go further along than we probably would be. So we are extremely grateful for that. I'm going to get this one glued up as well. Ouch. Oh, I thought I was doing something wrong there, Jerry. I was like, no. So it's usually underneath the glue, but I am attaching a slight bit here because it attaches to the side of the building. But for a fiddly piece, you actually feel a bit more confident when fitting it because these actually fit into here where the clock is. And I believe you double them up. So again, I'm going to do the same thing. So again, that corner, just to make sure, and then underneath. And again, with a rocket glue, you don't need as much. Even now, I still question whether I've put enough. Just get rid of that excess glue on that lower one. And then try and make sure these are lined up. Some of the easier capping stones that I fit. Only have a roof to go behind the clock. Yes, Harris, that's the next part. I'm trying not to skip ahead. I know this build, I have done a bit of skipping ahead on things. But I do try and follow it to the instruction or destruction on the steps that they recommend. So at the moment I'm just going by the steps. So I'm just getting rid of a little bit there on my corner. Obviously with that not being seen, I can get rid of it on there. There we go. Those two are doubled up. And unlike some of them that you do with the capping stones, it's a decent fit. I don't know which capping stones I need here. I'm still trying to figure that out. So at the moment I'm going to leave that probably until I'm further on, and then I will know which capping stones belong there. So I'm kind of leaving that for a minute. And then when I figured out the spare ones that I have basically at the end, I can add them in and glue them. So you just get 2 ones of 4 that go there. And then we have the roof of the clock. So yeah, to make sure this is down, you'd think it would go here, but it isn't. You actually fit it onto where the capping stones are. I might change the angle again a bit. So here you go. So as I said, I would have initially thought it would go here, but it doesn't. It sits there. So you know, as long as you've got it sitting on that capping stone, that's where it needs to be. So I'm just going to make sure, because I don't really want to glue what doesn't need to be glued. It's at the end of the beginning of the writing, so do you coat and model it in the end? Yes, a lot of people do coat. The reason why I'm not coating at the moment is we still haven't decided what we're doing with weathering and such. So at the moment I'm not doing that yet, but eventually it will be protected. So there we go. Just making sure that's sitting where it needs to. Just giving it a push at the back, but just be very careful because this here, as you can see, is not fully secure. You know, you don't want to bend it too much and break the whole thing, especially when this clock is kind of a nod to you guys. You helped me choose it, so this is you guys on our layout, so I really wouldn't want to break that. So next is our roof. That just sits on top of those edges there. Like so. So I'm just debating where I'm going to put my glue, guys, just before I go ahead with the gluing stage. I'm just going to do it all around the edge. Harris, good night, my lovely. Hope you take care. Thank you for tuning in as always, lovely. So I'm just going to try and point this at an upward angle just to try and avoid that glue where it shouldn't be on the roof. And then apply the pressure to get it to fit. Because while this glue is pretty good, and even if you do get it on your edge, it does dry quite nicely. I'd rather avoid it if I can. You know, it's not shiny like PVA, but you do notice it's there. So I think I've got one side that's glued and one that hasn't. Oh, no, I think it's attached to it now. Why is that not? There we go. So we have our roof on as well. What are people thinking? I've noticed we've got quite a few heading off to bed now. Whether I should continue for a bit or shall we call it a night, guys? And unfortunately, we have had some people tune in across the pond. I suppose I wasn't as prepared for a late one tonight either. It doesn't help I fell asleep this afternoon. We would have still been a later start with the tech issues. No, that really isn't attaching that well. So I think rather than rocket glue, I am going to use the PVA there just to get that. Because I can get that in a little bit better. And my rocket glue. Because it's not as watery. I've got a bit more play with it. That's the only downside I would say to a rocket glue, is it's not as thick as like PVA. I'm just going to give that a good push to make sure that sits against the wall this time. But because of it being a PVA, I will need to give it a bit longer to hold it in place. So advantages and disadvantages to the different glues. It's like I won't use rocket glue with the glazing. I've been told it's not suitable for that. However, there is another kind of quick dry, one of their products for it. Just haven't gone and bought it yet. There we go, so that is stuck. I wish I could keep my hands steady. Kevin Vaughan, have you been on here before, lovely? Or has it just been on the episodes? Oh, Kelvin, sorry. Starting over Jerry is the ASMR voice making everyone to sleep. Am I really that much quieter today? As I said, maybe it is just for worry. Freestone. Well, obviously, it's interesting to know. Oh, front canopy corner brace. That's not for this, I hope. A bit late now. I think these are our freestones. Yes, they've got the cut actually, and you fold it over. So it's these two for once. I've actually got this one right. Andy's heading off as well. I've been up since 5:30. So yeah, guys, I think it's a good time for me to think about heading off myself. So I think what I'm going to do is get these done and then maybe head off myself. Andy, nice to see you as well, the other Andy. As I said, I might just get these freestones done and then head off myself. It's a catch-22, isn't it? We do have some viewers other side of the world, but I'm definitely not as awake when I plan to do the later ones. And that's when kits go wrong, when you're doing them tired, so... but obviously for anybody that didn't catch at the beginning, the internet, we had no upload speed at all tonight, even though I was going to try it. Yeah, no upload speed at all, so we're back in the house, which does mean with Mam, obviously the lives won't always be planned. As you can see, that fits lovely there actually, and this is at the back because that fits in that. Just as you said that, it glitched. Well, it's a good job I'm finishing off then, isn't it? As I said, it's funny, I think the internet is a bit worse since the upgrade was talked about being sorted, so it's a bit funny that, isn't it? And I also realised as well, where are my clips? So I think tomorrow, it's not going to be as rushed as well. I will make sure my little bits for the streams are in as well, like my box of cut-offs, my tweezers, all sorts like that as well. But it really was a rush job tonight. I think it was about 8 o'clock we started to look into it. I was gutted to find out the internet's gone completely in there, so... So yeah, I digress there, I do apologise. But it does mean that the lives will probably go back to being a bit later. Obviously, Tuesdays is the usual... I'll put on there. Tuesdays will be going back to later anyway when Jason is back. That will probably be like a 9 o'clock start again. So that will be going later, but also with Mam, we also need to be fair to her, you know, and if she's still up, we obviously can't go live until she's not down here. Because you know what the, you play one song and you come up with a warning. So I think my first live I had just in the background, very relaxed, no proper music, and it came up with a warning, so we just cannot risk it. What do you need to fix your internet? Phil, we're actually upgrading the internet because it's out to the shed through a plug. The speeds aren't that great. So I'm just going to do the capping stone as well. As you can see, that fits lovely there. So I'm going to get that glued up and it will be... Two seconds, and put them on the top of a freestone in the same position as the lower. I'm assuming this is right. I'm hoping this is right. I might just leave this because I'm tired, just to make sure. Unless Paul or Jerry, my usual helpers, know that it's literally just attaching them there. And it's confused me tonight where it's and for the upper capping stone strip on top of the freestones where they weren't called freestones before. So the upper and lower capping stones. So that's just lost me a bit. Oh, that's right. Okay. But yeah, anyway, sorry, Philip. I'm going to get this glued ahead while I'm saying this. Basically, the internet is slow anyway. So we've upgraded the speeds, getting a newer box. But we have a feeling that the plug that we use, it's over electric, has actually died itself. As I said tonight, we were very surprised to see there was absolutely fine download speed, but there was no upload speed at all tonight, which we've never had that before. So we think possibly the plug itself is on its way out. But hopefully with this new internet and box, when it comes with a mesh extender or something, we shouldn't need the plug anyway. So thank you, Phil. Or Philip, sorry, I'm calling you Phil. I'm sorry if you don't like that. I do apologise. But yeah, we're going to wait and see what this new internet is like and go from there. Oh, still attached. Frustrating as it is, though, it has been nicer sometimes to get some earlier streams, but I do apologise to obviously our people across the pond because of doing so many earlier ones. They've not had the chance to tune in. Have you glued together the bottom and the top together? What do you mean the top and the bottom? Now you're saying that? These two are glued together, yeah, they've doubled up, don't they? And these two are glued. So it hasn't split up on me, don't worry, Paul. I know sometimes when you take apart these kits, it can... Oh, the capping stones, yeah, it's folded over together. I know sometimes when you do take them off of a sheet, they do split. But these actually were together, so I have glued them up. But thank you for that, lovely. So as you can see, you do have the double thickness there. Just get rid of a tiny drop of glue there. Ah, Phil was fine, no worries. I just thought I'd double check. Maybe it's for healthcare in me. Always ask people what they prefer being called. You'd be surprised from names that aren't even a name to middle names and everything like that. So a mesh will help. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. So we're back in the house for probably the next 2 weeks, over the next 4 or so lives. And then hopefully after then we'll be back in the shed. Until it starts getting colder again, and obviously we'll move back in. But anyway, guys, that is me done for tonight. We now have our roofs. We have, yeah, all our roofs together. Capping stones are starting. Obviously, I need to figure out which ones are for here. But the great thing is, as you can see, there is the gap. So they can be added in after anyway. It could just be like I'll sleep, and I don't know if I'm like everyone else, this heat has probably not been helping with sleep either. So for tonight, that is me done. So I do apologise to our watchers across the pond though, because I appreciate it means you've not seen much of a stream, but I will look at doing a later stream coming up soon, as well as I think we're due a day stream, so keep an eye, guys. We might do a poll so we glue those across the pond what days are kind of better and try and figure it out. I meant ones before when you just glued it on. Oh dear. on top and bottom. Yeah, these two. There's two there, Paul. So they are two and they are glued together. This is what I mean. It confused me because it mentioned capping stones and then it's called them something else. So yeah, these two are glued together. Should be one. Oh, you're joking. Because here with mine, it's got the front, upper and lower capping stones consists of two left and right hand strips. Start by sitting one left and one right directly on the front wall. A little cutaway around the front clock of the tower. Also fit. Oh, where do the others go then? Oh, I see what it is. You do one and then you do one on top of that, don't you? I'm guessing. Yeah, I've just seen it there. So yes, I have stuffed up. I will be doing that off the live then. And obviously, I'll have to try and see what I can salvage. That confused me with the two. So yeah, I think that's definitely me calling it a night. So thank you for that, Paul. We'll see if I can get it attached before the glue dries too bad. The problem is marks, isn't it? This is what I do without these guys that help me. I'll see what Rob thinks in the morning, if he's happy for it to stay like that, or whether I either need to get in touch with Metcalfe and see if they can possibly give me just those two capping stones maybe, and then I'll do it like a double effect, or you know, maybe it just shows that we're different. The only problem is I think later on it does cause slight issues because you've got little stones that go in there and it's all part of the fascia. Get some, it will make sense tomorrow. Yeah, this is what I think I need to do, is work out a plan. Oh, I hear footsteps, possibly Rob's. Saying that I've gone. That's the problem with these instructions. They are not the easiest to work out. They really aren't. Super quick. We'll send out spare parts. I imagine Metcalfe will as well. Yeah, I'll give them a message tomorrow and see if I can help.
What's that?
What I've done, I've used it here because you've got these tops. I've read it, and because you've got that to there, I've read it. You glue one down and then the other on top of it. No, you don't. You do one,
Yeah.
and then on top.
Yeah. So what's up? You've stepped up.
Yes, because two of them where one should be up there. Yeah. So the only thing I can.
Why not cut it off the other one? You might be able to cut it off and save it off.
I might. Yeah, that might be a little bit better than under here. Actually, that's a very good point, guys. Obviously, we have a donor building. So I'll take a look at that tomorrow and see if they're any good. And it will just mean here will be thicker, but we might have the top to do there. And then we should be all right. But anyway, guys, I am going to go for the evening. As I said, it will probably be a bit more sporadic when the lives are, but we will try and post at least the days that they're happening. It kind of all down to Mam and when she's done with the living room. So obviously, Paul, thank you for your help again, and Jerry, you two are always brilliant with your helping me build the kits, and everyone else as well. It's been absolutely brilliant. If you haven't already, if you wouldn't mind pressing the like button on your way out, and obviously as well, a big thank you to our supporters, our patrons, our members, and PayPal donated as well. We do appreciate all the input we get and everyone else that comments as well. So we will catch you later, guys. And if you haven't seen it, we've released an update as well. So if you haven't seen it, that is there for you to watch. Catch you later, guys. I'm just going to leave it a minute or two for everyone to say good night and things. And obviously do my usual placing before I turn it off. Though it is quite quick tonight.